Springfield is considered by some to be the buckle of the Bible Belt. We clearly have lots of Christian morals and values and desires in this area. So there's a big need for Christian education, a desire for that in the community. Our vision for Crossway Christian Academy is to create disciples of Christ who serve and share in their community. I'm Shelley Wallen, and this is my SchoolBox story. Our pastor is the one who caught a vision for starting the school. He jokes about the fact that he used to tell God, I am never starting a school at our church. Never say never with the Lord, And as I mentioned, our members have just been really desiring something where they can have a Christian education that instills an intentional biblical worldview. And so he caught the vision for it, came to me knowing my history in education and said, let's start a school. And I know my pastor, I love my pastor, and I know he's a man of God, a man of prayer, and I knew God was going to be right in the center of it. So I just jumped in with both feet and said, let's do it. I don't know where I'm going or how this is going to work, but I know God's going to make a way. I think it's crucial in the day and age in which we live. The pressures, the secular world is just creeping in every area of our lives. And although, like I said, I'm a public school girl at heart, and I know there are great public schools out there. We acknowledge that wholeheartedly, and will give your kids a great academic, foundation. And if you want them to have an intentional biblical worldview, that's not just going to happen by chance. If you're public school, you're going to have to work really hard in the surrounding hours to build that up in your children. I just think it's the best of both worlds if you can send them to a great school that's going to give them both academics and a biblical worldview. I stumbled across some how-to guides, but they just didn't really give me a good roadmap for what to do first, what to do second, and SchoolBox provided that for us. I was at a luncheon here that we hosted with a church out of Kansas City. I had expressed our desire to start a Christian school here, and one of the guys said, hey, you need to look into the SchoolBox program. And I'm like, what is that? And so he told me all about Herzog Foundation. Being in the Kansas City area, he had been there and knew all the things that they offered. So I got online immediately that afternoon and found SchoolBox and applied to be a part of the program. I had a lot of background in education. As I said, started about 30 years ago. I had taught and been an administrator, so I knew education. I knew how to make sure that we set up a school with a great academic foundation. I didn't know how to start a school, but starting a Christian school is like starting a business, and I knew nothing about starting business. So the SchoolBox courses helped me know what I needed to learn and in the order that it needed to happen, and so I could take that information and then go get the help that I needed through our executive pastor and others that kind of knew the business side of things better than I did. We have been growing by leaps and bounds here at Crossway Baptist Church. We've been in this location for about 12 years and have added on, this is our third building phase, and this building phase is children's ministry space. And so it will be a church first, and then we'll double as a school Monday through Thursday, and we'll flip classrooms, and we're working out, procedures and policies to do that. If you have a vision, if you feel like the Lord's calling you to do this, do it. Their families need it. We have to be intentional about instilling a biblical worldview in our kids in the culture we're living in today. It's crucial. I would say start with SchoolBox. That should be step one. Apply for that. It gives you the roadmap to get where you're going. I would say go for it.